Hello everybody and welcome back to Aurora Plays Minecraft Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your humble bard, I was going to say humble DM, but I'm not the DM of this campaign. I'm your humble bard, Tim. In the previous session, we got lost in the woods attempting to locate this clock tower to investigate if a person was in trouble. It turns out that they had been basically killed and their clock tower was filled with some cultists doing a summoning ritual. When they finished their summoning ritual, someone else showed up from the far realms, a weird worm wizardy person, and killed everybody and threw me out a window. So now we're heading back to Candlekeep to report back on this incident and hopefully get to the next point in the story. Man, these are muscular horses. It's a big, stonky horse.
You know, you've been rather quiet since we left the tower. Something I should know?
Shared bird?
Something is clearly bothering you. It might help to share the burden.
I let my emotions get the better of me. When we were trapped in that barrier, I was not thinking clearly, and even if I had been clear-headed, there was so little that I could do. It's galling. I feel as though I am not much of a dragon anymore.
Well, you're not. You're in a person.
I cannot say as I even feel particularly useful. I feel weak. Ever since I lost my body, I have had little or no control over my life. It's unsettling. I hate it.
Oh, understandable.
That's understandable. I can only imagine what that feels like.
You needn't imagine anything. You and your breed are inherently weak. Pawns of fate that can only hope to not be caught in the conflicts of those greater than you.
Well, that was uncalled for.
That was uncalled for.
Perhaps. Yes, I spoke too rashly. I should not have said that.
Reality check.
Welcome to the real world, where the rest of us are weak and just have to manage whatever chance throws at us. Get used to it.
Very well, then.
Alright. Surprised I haven't leveled up again yet. Hello!
I was wondering if you would return at all. I considered scrying to see if you had decided to just make a run for it. Glad to see you didn't.
Yes, here's the book we were sent to retrieve.
We've got the book you wanted.
Ah, excellent. Oh, does that mean that, Adro...
Yeah, we were too late.
We were too late. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, so am I. Though I will admit that I had assumed the worst already. Hearing it confirmed is still something of a shock. Either way, do you know what was being done in the tower?
Weird crap.
A cult of devil worshippers had taken over his tower and removed him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Devil worshippers? That's a bit, extreme. I certainly hope that Adro had nothing to do with them. So many people seem to forget how committing your soul to a devil is usually a rather permanent affair. I would not want that for him. He could be unpleasant, yes, but he was a good man, all things considered. Do you know what they wanted from his tower, or why they were there?
They had a portal.
They had some sort of portal. I think they were using it to summon more devils and stay in contact with the devil in charge.
That cannot have been their only reason for being there, though. They could have taken residence and opened a portal anywhere.
They did say something about needing a safe place. They thought there was some sort of impending calamity and were using the tower as a fortress.
Really? Did they say what this calamity would entail?
No.
No, they weren't specific.
A shame.
There was a masked worm dude.
We did, however, run into that masked man we told you about, though. The one that was in the cave when Vyre was taken out of his body.
Really? What happened?
He threw us out a window.
He sounded like he was spouting nonsense. Neither Vyre nor I could figure it out, but he then killed one of the cultists and their leader before taking whatever they were using to open the portal. A couple of its minions were also killed outside the tower while fighting against the things living there.
Pretty fair indication that they're not exactly friendly acquaintances, then.
So
So now what? You intend to uphold your end of the bargain?
Yes, the charges against you have been wiped clean.
Huzzah.
Okay. So what are you going to do now to help us?
Help you? Whoever said that I would help you?
Ah.
You did? You said that you would help us if we cleared out the tower and got your book for you.
I said that I would wipe the slate clean regarding your criminal activities and waive your fee for entrance to the Great Library. The matter of helping you with your little identity crisis is something else entirely.
Alright, so what do you want?
So what more could you want from us? We don't have enough money to pay whatever ridiculous fees
Excuse
you
us,
expect.
we're talking here.
What more indeed? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just toying with you a bit. I was planning on helping you from the start, as the problem piqued my curiosity. Though this ought to remind you that you should be careful about what someone says and what you agree to. There are plenty of devious people and creatures out there. Either way, I'd actually already begun investigating some leads. This may not exactly align with my specialty, but we have hundreds of researchers in my department, so I've enlisted their help.
Uh-huh.
You can just do that? Get them to drop their own projects?
Well, he is in charge.
Of course. What good is being a head bureaucrat if you cannot throw around your weight a little every now and then? Oh, and speaking of assistants, I should also note that no one has been able to identify the creatures that you described to me earlier. That in itself is rather peculiar, considering how many people in this city are fascinated with magical creatures. None of our experts had any answers, though.
Excuse me, sir. Just kind of, no, I'll be fine. I'll be over here now.
Fortunately, the Avowed are a curious lot, and are working all the harder to determine who or what you encountered. Since you ran into one of their kind again, if their bodies are still where you slew them in the woods, finding and examining their anatomy would go a long way towards solving the riddle. I will send someone out to find and retrieve them.
So what do we do?
What should Vair and I do in the meanwhile?
Well, you're always welcome to find other work in the area. Otherwise, you have been through quite a lot in the past few weeks. Go to the inn, get some rest. Come see me again once you've had a solid night's sleep. I may have some more information for you by then.
Alright, Sage against the Machine. Main quest done. Well, part of the main quest. So the next... Oh, hang on. Yes. So chapter 2, Some Enchanted Evening. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Hello!
What can I do for you?
I would like a room, please.
Do you have an open room for the night?
Yeah, haven't had a lot of customers lately since most travelers aren't being let into the city. Say got your pick of the place. Just be 1 gold piece.
Here you go.
Here you go.
Thank you. Now let me just show you to your room.
No. Stay away. No. Stop it. Leave me alone. Go away!
Vair! Vair! And Vair! It's okay!
No.
one cares.
Leave me.
Just us.
Get back!
Just us, okay?
Where are they? Carter, where are they?
Yeah.
They...
That's not the first time you've had a dream like that. It's getting worse.
Yes, they are.
The heck was that?
What were you dreaming about?
You needn't pretend. You saw it too.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Okay. Oh. Very dramatic. Ooh. Oh, that's right. I already stole the stuff out of this chest earlier on. Good morning. No. 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 All right.
About last night.
Please, do not speak of it.
Person's
It's just that.
terrifying.
Was the experience really that bad? Having your body stolen? I know you
Yeah.
were scared, but those dreams you have and the way you acted when the cultists caught us.
I said not to speak of it. I want no reminder of that. But if you really insist on satisfying your childish, idiotic curiosity, then just know this. Having my soul ripped from my body was the most painful thing that I have ever experienced.
Stupid.
I did
to
not
ask.
know that pain could be so complete or overwhelming. Not being able to do anything about it was even worse. Now be silent and go speak with the sage.
Where are you, dude? Ah, there you are. I'm here now.
Ah, there you are. Yvonne and I have been working on your conundrum. I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Oh, good news first.
Let's hear the good news.
Well, to begin with, we have found a way to safely separate Vair's soul from your body and put it back into his own while expelling the parasite that is latched onto him.
And the bad news?
What's the bad news?
The bad news, I'm afraid, is that the artifact you need to put Vair back into his own body is rather far away. It may not actually be where we think it is. You see, while investigating, we encountered two principal problems. Removing and transporting another creature's soul is actually rather simple if you have the appropriate knowledge or equipment. I've done it myself on several occasions.
Oh.
The problems are that Endandravair's body is already inhabited by a living creature that may have some control over it, and furthermore, we do not know how much damage this creature has inflicted on Vair's body, nor whether removing the parasite forcibly would do even more. For all we know, removing the creature would kill Vair's body, and trying to put his soul back into it would be, well, pointless. He would simply die as any other creature does when their body expires.
Hey, become a Dracolich.
To address this, we tracked down an artifact known as the Rod of Alignment. Its relatively simple, if exceptionally powerful function, is to set things back into their natural intended state. It can only do so on a limited scale and needs time to recharge, but it should do the trick.
Sir, yeah, I'm just trying to get... yeah, sorry, excuse me, pardon me, Scotty, yeah.
Okay, so what's the catch?
What's the catch?
The catch is that, like I said, we are not absolutely sure about where it is. We just have a very good guess that will at least put you on the artifact's trail.
Okay, is that enough?
Will that be enough on its own?
Yes, though depending on how powerful the parasite is, you will likely need to weaken the creature before the artifact can extract it. Living things can resist magical effects, but weakening the target will reduce its ability to do so. The rod was last seen in the possession of Myastan Kimmerin, a morally dubious dragonborn druid.
Ooh.
Without getting into too many details, he was last seen with it in Icewind Dale when going to speak to a storm giant friend of his who lives in the area. There have not been any reports of the artifact since that visit, though Kimmerin has certainly left their mark on various places without it in the intervening time. So we think it may have been left in the storm giant's keeping. If not, then they may have an idea of where to find it.
Okay. Travel ideas?
We should get going then. Any recommendations for getting to Icewind Dale?
Excuse me, sir, pardon me.
Preferably within this century?
Well, there's a ship heading north in the next day or so. I arranged passage for you, though you will have to find other ships heading north on your own once this one stops in Waterdeep. Shouldn't be too troublesome this time of year.
Pardon me, come past. Just, you... It was so rude.
Oh, and one last thing. One of our occultists was able to identify those grinning creatures that you have encountered.
Starspawn Gru.
They are called
yes.
Gru, and are part of a large, mysterious category of creatures commonly called Starspawn. Whatever their purpose is here, it cannot be good.
Oh, hey, I want to come and interrupt you. No, I think I better not. That would be kind of rude.
Yes, well, I think I might come and interrupt. No, just going to sneak back, okay.
The few times the Starspawn Gru are mentioned in our books usually labels them as minions, shock troopers, and harbingers for even greater evils and agents of ancient mad gods. How they came here is unknown, but their very presence is troubling. The people working with them probably worship whatever elder god the Gru serve. I suspect that you have found a cult of the Old Ones, which may explain why the man in the mask was interested in the devil cultists you found in Adro's Tower. They would likely have similar goals and could be using similar resources.
Okay. Oh, inside. Here we go.
Cesare is not just worried, he is baffled, and that in itself is scaring him. You get the sense that there has been very little in his life that he could not figure out through research or logic. Having little information on these creatures is bad enough, but recognizing that they might not follow the same laws of logic and reality that we do is distressing to him, as are the implications of what their presence in our reality might mean.
So what now?
Well, that wasn't exactly enlightening. What can we do with that information?
Very little, I am afraid. Still, I thought that you should know what you are dealing with. Keep this with you as you travel. You can use this to contact me from anywhere in Faerun at any time. If you're in dire trouble, or if you encounter something that might be very interesting to me, use that. Otherwise, abuse this privilege and I will sever the connection permanently. Now go down to the docks and you will find passage on a ship heading north. Good luck.
Ooh, I got Fire Shield. We leveled up. Awesome. What item did he say to use? I'm guessing it was meant to be a ascending stone, but he hasn't given me anything. So I've got decent charisma at the moment, so I probably want to boost up the strength to get the fireball working better again. Alright. Okie dokie. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get out of here. So we don't get XP for actually killing enemies. We only get XP for completing quests. We're doing milestone-based leveling rather than XP-based leveling, which is fine. I guess that allows them to have the infinitely respawning enemies and not have people be able to exploit that to level themselves up. So I suspect the next set of equipment that I can pick up is probably in this Icewind Dale location, which will be cool. I didn't really expect to be heading all the way over the world of Faerun. I was expecting to be able to be just in Candlekeep and the surrounds, at least for the time being, anyway.
Need a lift?
Yes, to Icewind Dale.
The voyage north is long, and you discover an intense dislike of the sea, as you find yourself repeatedly clutching the ship's railing and spewing out various meals into the waves.
Ugh.
As the voyage continues, the air also grows colder, as settlements and cities along the coast become fewer and far between. By the time the captain tells you that your destination is near, you have already started counting how many seconds it takes for your puke to freeze against the hull of the ship. Looking up from the railing, though, you see a dark shape looming through the blowing snow, and something about it that has nothing to do with the cold causes you to
I
shiver.
see the prison inspector has caught your eye. Best hope you don't find yourself going there anytime soon, unless you have business.
And why is that?
What is that place?
It's called Revel's Inn, in Harp's name if ever there was one, as I've not known anywhere bleaker or more devoid of joy. There is a prison built to hold the worst criminals that mankind has to offer. Whether the sorry souls stuck in there deserve it or not, well, I can't say.
Again, prisons. How is it that humans are so taken with prisons, cells, and confining each other? It's unsettling.
I know why it's here. It's like they're Alcatraz.
Why build something like that all the way out here?
Well, the nice and fancy folk don't want no reminders of the dirty and dangerous people that they've locked up. So they put them as far from civilization as you can imagine. Kid Interval notwithstanding.
Okay, are we arriving soon?
How much farther until port?
Not much farther at all. See, there's our harbour. Just keep heading along that there path and you'll find your way to Kid Interval. Not much of a place for southerners, between the cold and the rough company, but you'll find shelter from the blizzards, and food. Good luck, wherever your journey takes you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the Revel's End there with near the peak.
Oh, what a miserable place.
How are you cold? I can hear you shivering. That doesn't make sense. I'm the one who has to walk through this.
Oh, maybe because I am not simply a passive observer, and I am actually sharing your body. How many times must I explain this?
Right, but shivering? Thought you needed your own body for that.
Never mind. Why would anyone choose to live in such a dismal part of the world?
Judging by what the captain said along the way, people who either don't want to be found or have nowhere else to go.
Lovely. To keep our visit as brief as possible, I would suggest finding the nearest bartender or such who might have heard rumors of a giant.
Alright, we're looking for a storm giant. Ooh, strength, yay. More money, yes. I do love how it said, it'd be 1 gold. Oh, that's so expensive. It's like, how? The amount of gold we have acquired in this game so far is insane. I wonder if we're going to run into Arvia tourists during this adventure. Oh, missed. Ooh. And he's back. Jeez. Shoo, ogre. Guys, we got an infinitely respawning ogre. We got Kedinval? Yeah. Nice. Hello. Shops. Ah, a new stick. Yes. I will buy this new stick. Out of the way, I need to buy that hat. Alright, look at me. So much nicer now. Look at all those stats. Oh, yeah. Where exactly am I going? Am I going here? To the high hall, I'm guessing. Oh no, just a tavern. Oh no.
Haven't seen you around before. What do you want?
I want food.
Friendly.
We're after a storm giant.
Have you heard anything about a storm giant in the area? I'm looking for one that's supposed to live nearby.
Storm giant? That ain't like a frost giant? Or do you mean a stone giant? Because we got plenty of those up on our spine. I sometimes wander this way to hunt and raid.
No, I mean storm giant.
And I've got nothing for you. Though you could always ask Kelly, goat kicker. She's been around a fair amount, one of those adventurer types, always looking for mercenary work and places to explore. You can usually find her down by the lakeside docks.
Is there anything strange going on?
Have you had any disappearances around here? Strange sightings? Anything?
It's Icewind Dale. People go missing in the storms all the time, and monsters come down from the mountains and the tundra every day.
Drink, but I need to get past you. Excuse me.
Still, if you mean anything outside of that, no. Can't say as I've heard
Okay,
anything.
fine, I'll go round the back.
People who get lost in the storms are either found within a week, alive, or turned into a walker. And the monsters are the same as ever.
Yeah, the cold light walkers.
Then again, I did hear that something's been going on with the dwarves up in, Kelvin's Cairn.
Kelvin's Cairn.
Lots of rumors and stories coming from them, though I don't think they've had any misfortune themselves. Just heard things through the grapevine.
Any info?
What can you tell me about this town?
Other than it being a hive of scum and villainy, you got the castle up the hill, the lake we fish knucklehead trout out of when it's not frozen over. And that's about it. All that's left after the rest of 10 towns after the incident some years back. Even the rogues of the world don't want to stay here if they can help it.
So this is probably after the shuttle and dragon.
What incident?
Great white dragon came
Oh, no.
through. His breath was so cold, it froze the sap in the tree so hard the wood exploded. Shattered people as they tried to flee. Took a band of adventurers hired from Columnshan to finally kill the thing. But by the time they did, 10 towns was in ruins.
Ah, so this is icing deaths. This is Drist Keddy Bree, and the other two, I can't remember, the dwarf and the barbarian.
Everyone just congregated here in the end, since Kerdinaval had the least damage, though that's not saying much.
Alright, well, so long.
So long.
Seriously? You're not even gonna buy a meal or a room? Ugh, wasting my time.
There, now you can
That
get
bum
your
don't
drink.
pay his tab soon, I'll close down the bar. That'll get half the town on his case.
Oh. Bruna and Wolfgar. Yeah, Bruna, Wolfgar, Keddy Bree, and Drist. There you go, that's the name. Hello.
Are you Helia?
And who wants to know?
I'm looking for a storm giant.
My name is Katra, and I'm looking for a storm giant that's supposed to live in the Dale. Have you heard of anything like that?
Storm giant. Well, I'd be lying if I said I knew exactly what you're on about, but, well, my partner and I did see something right queer in the mountains about a month back.
Ooh.
And it was definitely giant and definitely stormy at the time.
Any details?
Any details you can give me?
Hi. There's a trail on the opposite side of this lake, right across from us. That goes up into the mountains, as called the Spine.
Spine of the world.
A blizzard started blowing around one of the peaks in particular, just a few years before I showed up here. Never let up once, nor moved. Storm just sits there, blowing away. My partner and I, we thought we'd go see if anything were up that way. Thought maybe we'd find some magic item or a wizard or something causing the storm. Maybe knock some sense into them or get some loot from the expedition.
The giant?
And what does this have to do with the giant?
I'm getting there. So, after about an hour marching through the storm, we hear this voice in the blizzard saying, "Turn back and you'll die here," and some such. We weren't about to pack it in though. Thing is, the snow was getting so thick and high around us, we could hardly even walk and it was getting dark. We tried to find shelter, but just kept getting turned around in the storm and we were getting right cold. Cold to the point you don't feel no cold no more. Wasn't until I hit the ground and everything started going black that I realized I was freezing to death. But then, next thing I know, I'm awake. My toes and fingers hurt something fierce from the frostbite, and my whole body was stiff, but there I was, lying next to my partner. We'd been taken all the way down the mountain to a little cave, and someone had even set up a fire for us. But here's the kicker. There weren't no footprints around us. Nothing in the snow. 'Twere the wildest thing I ever seen, and I still ain't been able to figure it out.
Insight?
She seems sincere about this story, at least for the most part. A few embellishments here and there, but the core of it and many of the details ring true to your ear.
Mum, a woman? What?
You said like a mum. You mean the face was a woman's?
Oh, far as I could tell, real flat. Smash nose. Though, but I was about delirious from the cold, so don't take that part of the story too seriously.
Alright. Any advice?
Any advice for someone looking to climb up there?
Yeah! Don't do it. It was a daft idea, and by all rights, me and my partner should be dead. Might not be such a trial normally, but that blizzard will spell the end of you.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
Well, that is at least a little promising. What say you, Katra?
It's the only lead we've got at the moment, so it's probably worth investigating.
Okay, now can I go? Jeez. Yeah, so what I'm guessing's happened is the giant was saying, "Turn back, it's dangerous," and when they got into trouble, it rescued them. Alright, we're just gonna go up the spine. Nay. Oh, that's cool. Didn't think that would work. Oh, yeah. Oop. Whichever way you look, that's where the horse goes. Alright, we're going this way now. Oh, what's this all about? always want to investigate castles when we're on the way there. So, is this the Dwarven Halls? They certainly seem stout enough. This is not the location we're being sent at the moment. Still, very cool build. The dwarves dug too greedily and too deeply. They unleashed something. Belrog of Morgoth. My horse is still there. Hey, good boy. Or girl. Good horse. Oh, yetis. Well, I'm gonna get out of here away from the yetis. Oh, owlbears.
This foreboding cavern was once home to the dragon that destroyed 10 towns. It had carved its lair from the mountainside with its terrible claws, rending stone and ice like so much putty. After the dragon was killed, the place was looted of every scrap of treasure, then abandoned. Now it stands on the horizon as a grim reminder of Caer Dineval's past and the fate its sister towns suffered.
Ding, 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 ding. I think it's a hag's lair. But I see no hag. Alright, so... Oh, going to go this way. Why couldn't I see that before? Ding, 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 ding. My staff was in the way. That's probably what's going on there. Hey-ya!
I should warn you, in case you did not already know, dragons and giants have a long-standing rivalry that verges on hatred, depending on the parties involved. Storm giants are known as goodly, if stern, creatures, but regardless of this one's disposition, it might be for the best if you do not mention my presence or involvement.
Something else to complicate things. That's good to know. Thanks.
I'm guessing I can't do this with a horse then?
Hello? This storm will be ended. Where are you? Trust one to talk.
Oh. Rawr. cold light walkers. Whoa! That surprised me. Hey. Get your laser face out of my face. Hello.
You tread a dangerous path, human. If you have come to rob or hunt me, then I hope that you have made peace with yourself.
No. I'm just looking for some help.
That, Contra, is a storm giant.
pretty
One
awesome.
who has ascended beyond the restrictions of their body, it seems. They aren't just controlling the storm around us. They are the storm. It is a part of them. Be careful.
Of course.
Speak now and tell me your purpose in coming here, lest I blast you off the side of the mountain.
This is not someone you should bandy words with. If you do not get to the point quickly, and if she does not like what she hears, the best you could hope for is being thrown from the mountain and maybe landing in a deep snowbank somewhere.
No, a Myaston.
Do you know a druid named Myaston Kimmerin?
No. Should I?
See recognition, look across the broad features. Okay. You do know him.
I think you do know them, and I need help, and I think that either you or he can give it to me.
I am listening.
My friend has been infested with a parasite that has also displaced his soul. We were told by the Sage of Magic at Candlekeep that his best hope is to find the Rod of Alignment, which was last seen with Kimmerin.
And what if I refuse to help? What will you do?
I'll ask nicely.
I could ask really nicely? I mean, I'll beg if you want me to, but that feels a bit degrading.
No, there is no need to go that far. Perhaps I can find it in myself to compromise, though. This is a powerful item that you seek, and not something to be handed over lightly. Though perhaps you will do. Very well. I indeed possess the rod, and am willing to part with it in return for a favor.
Of course.
The druid who last held the rod is indeed a friend of mine. Kimmerin, however, has a tendency to use force to protect the wilderness and its creatures, rather than negotiate. The Lord's Alliance decided that they had suffered his vigilantism long enough, and have imprisoned him in the great fortress they built nearby, known as Revel's End. I cannot enter that bastion, as its magic wards me away. If you want the rod, then you must find a way to free Kimmerin. Once he is with me again, the rod will be yours.
Alright, prison break. Awesome, let's do it.
A prison break to set free a dangerous environmentalist vigilante? Count me in.
Well then, perhaps Kimmerin has found a kindred spirit in you. A last warning to you. Beware the prison, for it is not just a trapped and warded fortress. Something has changed lately. I have not seen the guards at their outposts for nearly a week, and there is now a ferocious flying creature there.
Oh, it might be his body.
Every time I've tried to approach since its appearance, it has beaten me back, rather severely at one point. I do not know if the jailers have summoned it as an additional guardian, or whether it is there for other reasons. But be wary of a dark creature with bat-like wings. Hope that you do not encounter it.
I was thinking it might be a spectator, because there is a spectator that is a guard in Candlekeep, but apparently not.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alright. Well, on that note, I think that's probably a good stopping point, actually. Because we got to head off to Revel's End to help this person's friend out. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting to do a prison break at Revel's End, but...
That is all a rather tall order, and none of it too encouraging.
Well...
At this point, the best we can do is probably to investigate the prison, see if we can identify some of its defenses and any gaps therein.
All right, so that's what we're going to kick off with next session. Yeah, I was kind of expecting we were going to be running around the Icewind Dale wastes, blowing things up with fireballs, but yeah, prison break. Awesome. This game continues to surprise me. So, for now, that's where we're going to leave it. So, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I have been your humble bard, Tim, and be sure to come back for the next session of Aurora Plays Dungeons and Dragons Minecraft. And there's the actual Aurora Borealis all the way up there. Bye!